kick-ass switch, putting the K in magic. I'm Joanna DeVoe, and you're watching a video about the infamous online copycat. This is another BiZwitch video in this series that I am doing every once in a while in a kind of long, drawn-out way. Kick-ass Switch is not even 2. It will be 2 years old this March. But it is actually an extension of a business that I started in 2003 called Koshi. So I know a thing or two about starting your own business online, and branding in particular. Branding is one of my favorite things, and something that stayed consistent since 2003, and even before 2003, is the look and feel of my business, because it's a reflection of me. I use my favorite colors, I use my illustration style. Every illustration is done in that same style, using those same colors, and I use my own personality, and the way I dress is consistent with the way I dress in real life. And I've kind of made that my brand, so that every time you see a video on YouTube with this weird orangey pink background, you go, oh, there's that kick-ass switch lady again. Or you might come across the Sad to Sexy logo and be like, hey, that looks just like the kick-ass switch logo, and that looks just like the Koshi logo. They do, they all look alike, and that is on purpose, because I am my brand. And kick-ass switch is an umbrella for all of the different projects that I want to do. But this video isn't about me, it's about you. And so many of you are starting online businesses in the realm of coaching, new agey, personal development, witchy kind of offerings. And a lot of it, to be honest, it all kind of looks alike and blends in, and there aren't very many businesses that really stand out as being special or different from the rest. And so I thought that this would be an interesting thing to talk about. And every once in a while, people will bring up the issue of copycatting. So what do you do if somebody is copycatting your look and feel of your business? There's not a lot you can do legally about that. You might want to pass them a note and be like, hey, you're kind of making me uncomfortable. But unless they are cutting and pasting your material, there's not a lot you can do to protect yourself from that. And once you put yourself out there, and if you put yourself out there enough and your business grows to a certain level, people will probably crawl out of the woodwork and start copying you. And they say that that is the highest form of flattery, but in business, it's really not. So what you can do if somebody's doing that is not only shoot them a message that, hey, you're making me a little uncomfortable, I like what you're doing, but maybe you could incorporate another style and get off my toes. But beyond that, if you don't even have to address them. If your business is authentic and you are being true to who you are, you just need to ground into that and stay consistent with what you are doing, and know that you are the real deal, that there's only one of you. And if you are being authentic to who you are, that originality is going to shine. And I think in branding, the 3 most important things that you want to remember are authenticity, originality, and consistency. And if you are being authentic, if you are being your true self, and you're not, copying someone else, consistency and originality are going to be the outcroppings of that. If you are a person that likes to look at the competitors and see what they're doing and get ideas from them and then incorporate it into your own brand, I think a better strategy would be to look at businesses that you're not in competition with, businesses outside your specialty. So if you are a person who does spiritual or personal development, or you've got a kind of witchy, new agey business, you might want to look at a business like a sporting goods supply store, a craft store, a restaurant, a TV show. Look at other businesses and see the slogans that they use, see the kind of branding that they use, see the way that they reach out to potential customers and the way that they treat their customers. I think a really fun book to read is called Brand Like a Rock Star by Steve Jones, if branding is something that interests you. But you can also just learn a lot about branding from looking at other businesses. Just make sure that you're looking at businesses that are not in your field, and you might be getting some cool ideas from them. Then you can incorporate that into your field in a unique way, in a way that no one has done yet. And then you also can just draw from your own life. So if you are a guitar player or a skateboard rider, you're really awesome at making bread, or you have an uncanny ability to remember pop lyrics from the 80s, if you have a special quirk that you love, you can incorporate that into your business in a fun way that makes people be like, oh, there's that lady again, she loves Smurfs. And I don't say Smurfs just out of thin air, because that's something that Marie Forleo talks about, that she loves Smurfs, so she occasionally throws that into her business, you know, on her social marketing sites and stuff, and it allows people to know who she is as a person, and it helps clarify that and create a sense of authenticity. And she also has done a great job incorporating her love of hip-hop and dance and things like that into her brand, even though it is a very professional brand about starting your own business. And then you can look at smaller businesses. You know, we all know Leonie Dawson and Danielle Laporte. The Tone It Up girls just got a deal with Bravo. They started their business on YouTube. These are people who have utilized branding in a really specific way and who have been absolutely authentic to who they are, and that has taken them forward and propelled them forward in a really impressive way. But I see people on a much smaller level, people who are just starting out, that are doing a really great job. And one I would say is Kellyanne Maddox of the Four Queens. Total original, and you can really see where she's going with her brand, and people really respond to that well. And then another person that comes to mind is Alora Rain with her Arcane Wisecraft. And she recently involved her audience and friends and fans and followers in helping her pick the new logo for her business, which I think is great. But both of the options that she was putting out there were very much in line with the look and the feel of the business that she's already started. I think she just started earlier in 2013, and I see on her Etsy shop she's already had some sales. Her services are priced very well, which shows a strong sense of self-esteem and confidence in what she's offering. And she's offering something a little bit different and unique, and I really like that. So those are two people you might want to check out, but don't copy them. You gotta do your own thing. There can only be one Oprah, you know what I'm saying? And even Oprah, she likes to make fun of herself because really early in her career she idolized Barbara Walters, and even Oprah, the Queen Oprah, is guilty of being a copycat, and a lot of us do this in the very beginning. It's a phase you've got to move beyond, but she makes fun of herself because she would study Barbara Walters interviews, and then she would mimic the way that she was sitting and the facial expression she was making, and I'm sure that got her to a certain point, having that probably instilled some confidence in her to do the interviews in the first place and help take her to the next level. But if she hadn't gone to the next level, if she didn't move beyond, we wouldn't have Oprah. We would just have some mediocre, half-assed Barbara Walters knockoff. And there can only be one Barbara Walters. There can only be one Oprah, and there can only be you. So remember the quote from the great and fabulous Oscar Wilde, "Be you! Everybody else is already taken." Much love. Peace.